Hey guys, welcome back to Dots and Dashes. I'm Lyn Kingsley.
And I'm Prakash. Welcome. Lyn, good morning. And what is our topic today?
Well, I was wondering what people would do if the plug was pulled on technology. Last week, we ran out of oil, which meant we had no heating, no running hot water for 4 days. That took me back to my childhood, where that is all we had, running cold water. How about you? I don't know how it worked in Nairobi.
Nairobi is about 5,500 feet above sea level. So it used to get quite chilly in the evenings. And people don't realize that Nairobi can get cool. And we used to have to wear sweaters. And sometimes we had those 3-bar heaters. I don't know. Do you remember those 3-bar heaters? We used to have
Yes,
those in the sitting room. And but then we used to have power cuts. So then we didn't have any heating at all. And we used to put blankets on or go to bed early. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, but that's exactly what we were doing. We were sitting on the settee together with a blanket over us in the evenings. During the day, I'd actually got boots on because my feet were so cold.
No, I mean, technology is brilliant, but I mean, we survived without technologies a lot of time. I remember one memory. People can buy ready-made kites now. But when I was young, I used to make kites from newspaper. Buy twigs,
Yeah,
get twigs from the street or from the small thin twigs, make a kite from there, and it used to fly perfectly well. I think those sort of arts are forgotten, and young people today probably wouldn't even know how to make a kite. What do you
no,
think?
no, they wouldn't. No, everything is off the shelf. I started making things when I was really, really young. And I used to love to be in the garage with my dad. I had my own little hammer and little tenon saw, and I had some clips, which I can't remember what they were called, but you used to put them across 2 pieces of wood and that would join it so you could make a little box. And that's what I used to do. I was probably only about 3 and Dad introduced me to all of these things.
Sounds quite exciting, yeah. I mean, I remember we didn't have computer games. We didn't have Nintendo or PlayStation or Saga or Boy or something it's called. I don't know. There's so many toys nowadays and computer games. I used to build Meccano. I remember my first thing my uncle bought me, a Meccano set, and I used to make things out of Meccano. I still got that set. I wonder what is value now. Seeing them on antique shows, people selling them for a lot of money. So maybe I should put mine for sale. But then no, I'll keep it actually. It's a good childhood memory, really. Making
That's
also
right.
things like Airfix. I used to make Airfix models. I once was given like a aircraft carrier ship. So I made that
Yeah,
up. It was about this big. And I remember making it. The only thing I didn't have, we couldn't have paints. We couldn't get the paints for those. It was all in grey. Because you can paint in different colors and that sort of thing. So it's quite different things we used to do. Yeah. I think you can still buy Airfix, but how many children actually make Airfix models? I would be surprised, but probably very, very few people make them. What?
I would think so today. Yes, they just want everything given to them. Well, they're used to it, that's why. But the same with washing. There was no washing machines or anything. We used to use a copper out in the garden. You would boil the water and keep stirring it in the copper. And then you'd have to rinse it. And with running cold water. So then we'd use a mangle and feed it in and turn the handle. Take the water out and put it on the washing line. In the summer, it was fine. They used to dry nicely. In the winter, really hard when you took them out. But nowadays, there's just washing and sticking it in the tumble dryer. But without that, I wonder how many people can actually wash by hand.
Not many. I think everybody's used to washing machines now, aren't they? And I remember my mom or dad didn't do any washing. We had a house servant because they didn't have house servants. And he used to do all the washing outside in cold water. I mean, even hot water, we used to have to like an immersion heater to switch at night. So the water was hot in the morning. Nowadays, it's all central heating. You don't have to worry about anything like that, do you? Yeah. Um, I remember transistor radios. You used to tune in different stations. Nowadays, it's all
Yeah,
mobile phone and it's all streaming, isn't it?
that's right. Yes, the radio. In fact, I've still got it. It's up in the loft somewhere.
But they're all digital, aren't they?
Oh, yes,
And they use all analog and everything, and it was you had to tune stations in. Now it's all DAB or digital audio and analog. Even analog TV is gone. It's all digital if you think about it, isn't it?
that's right. Yes. Oh, we had an old black and white TV, but that was when they first came out. And
Yeah.
well, I say they first came out. I mean, they had been out, but only certain people have a TV. And then when they became popular, released to the public, then we had one. We were one of the first in the road to have one. And so the neighbours would come in and watch. And yeah, it was more fun in those days
Yeah,
because we used to make our own fun.
that's right.
Nowadays,
The PlayStation now, isn't it? And in those computer games.
that's right. And nobody talks to anybody anymore. It's always on the phone,
Yeah.
it's
And
life has changed so much.
I remember gramophone records, those 45 RPMs and 75 RPMs. Do you remember those? They're
I've
coming back,
got a
aren't
load.
they're coming back into fashion, the LPs, old LPs, as those record players.
Yes,
Yeah. Seem to be some, you can buy them, but they're quite expensive some of the places because you can't find many, you see.
that's right. Oh, right now, probably got about 50 sitting around.
So what else we used to do
Yes.
now?
And quite honestly, if the plug was pulled, then a lot of people would be in a big trouble because they just wouldn't know what to do.
Because everything is on the internet. Even though your television now is via the internet, isn't it? The broadband,
Yes.
all that. If that went, I mean, everything would come to a standstill, probably. Can you imagine?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it would. It really would. No online shopping. No deliveries.
Some of your cars wouldn't work, would they? If some
No, they wouldn't.
technology failed, because a lot of it's all electronics.
Even our phone system, if we have a power cut, we have no phones whatsoever.
Right.
We live in the country and we have no contact with anyone. In fact, nobody would at all if the plug was pulled.
Mind you, in that respect, mobile phones would come in handy because they don't work on that technology, do they? They work on phone masts, don't they? So you still be
That's
able
right.
to communicate with them somehow. Well, life would be difficult, very difficult. Yeah.
Yes, they
But hey,
would.
it's not going to happen, is it?
Well, one never knows.
No, yeah.
You don't
Okay.
know what's around the corner.
So, do you want to care anything else you can think of? I can't think of much as what. I mean, we'd be living in darkness like old cavemen and cave ladies or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people wouldn't even know how to get heat. I'm sure most of the youngsters these days wouldn't know how to start a fire with a couple of sticks.
No, probably not.
Whereas the older generation would actually come into their own because they would have those skills
You need to
from
see
the
it
past.
because we learned how to survive without those things. So I'm sure we could
We
do
did.
that again. Yeah.
Absolutely, we could. Yes.
So shall we end today with a good note? Anything you want to discuss any further? I hope people join us soon. Be nice to have somebody else on, won't it? So
Yes, everybody is really welcome to come and join us and chat with us if you'd like to.
be lovely to have somebody just have a chat, see if they've got anything they'd like to discuss, and we can have a general discussion.
That's right.
It's been a good session today. I've enjoyed it. What about you?
Yeah, me too.
Good.
Look
And
forward
on
to the
that
next.
note, we shall say goodbye and have a good day.
Yes, and it's a bye from me too.
Bye.
Take care.